How we doing, guys? Good. Well, I think the thing that we're trying to focus on is how do you maintain intensity? Whether you maintain your intensity in practice, whether you maintain your intensity in a game. But everybody's going to lose their intensity every now and then. So really, when you get in situations, you got to like pound your chest or whatever you got to do to regain momentum, regain, the mental focus you need to do to sustain, maintain intensity, because that's really the only way that you can sustain performance. So even days like today, it's a little warmer. We've had good practices all week. It's a challenge for guys to maintain their intensity, and it's a choice that everybody has to make. Nobody chooses to win. Nobody really chooses to lose. But you do have the freedom to choose what you want to do and how you want to do it. And I think that's the most important thing that players can do. And everybody has a choice to do that in whatever they do in their life. So that's what we're trying to get our players to do so that we can sustain and maintain intensity throughout the season. Obviously, it's rivalry game, playing on the road, good team. So it's going to be really important that we can do that.
Charlie?
Kind of piggybacking off that intensity, is there a way to maybe combat like being too tight, like you mentioned before the Tennessee game? Is that maybe something you've detected this week, the guys being lifted?
No, not at all. I think, it's what you attach yourself to. People attach themselves to winning, but if you attach yourself to winning, you're actually attaching yourself to outcome, which can actually create anxiety. I'd like for the players to attach themselves to, what do I have to do to play my best, to prepare the best, to be ready to go and play with confidence and understanding of what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do it, why I'm supposed to do it that way, and go play fast and do that one play at a time. And then that helps you get the result that you obviously want. So attaching yourself to doing the things you need to do to be a productive player is, I think, much more effective and even more fun, when you're a competitor and you go out and play that way to try to, when you say dominate your box, you do it one play at a time. So, and that's really why it's important to maintain the focus and intensity that way.
Just how effectively do you feel like the offense has been able to use the speed that it has at wide receiver so far this season?
I don't think it's really fair to assess anything that the offense has done because we've been a little bit left-handed ever since, Bryce got hurt in the Arkansas game. He basically hadn't been able to practice for however many weeks, 3 weeks, and played pretty well in 2 games. But the continuity of what you do and how you build confidence and timing has been a little bit distorted by, how. Now, the good news is I think it was really beneficial to the 2 backup quarterbacks. I think they've got a ton of reps, and I think that's helped them. But it's not really fair to to see how we've sort of developed offensively, because probably the most important guy on the team, any team, is the quarterback. And most importantly on our team, because of the quality of player Bryce is. So we've been a little bit out of sorts. So I really challenge the players to be able to do things better, whether it's run the ball, run routes better, make more explosive plays, whatever that might be. But I think it's a little bit unfair to judge anything that's happened in the last couple of weeks.
Over here with Chase.
LSU's offense has been really hot lately. They scored 45 on Florida, 45 on Ole Miss. Can you put your finger on a couple of things that have helped them reach a different level?
Oh, they got good players, really good players. The quarterback's playing really, really well. They've got great balance. They've got, 3 really good running backs that all share the load. They've really got talented skill guys outside, and they're very efficient and effective in the way they're executing the offense and the things that they do, and they present challenges. And I think they've got some young players playing on offense that have gotten better and better and better. 2 freshman tackles, tight end, Jason Taylor's son. Those guys are playing better and better all the time too, and making plays, and are being very productive. So this is a really, really good team all the way around, and now they're starting new system offensively, lots of new players. They're starting to, get confidence and believe in exactly what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do it, and they're playing really effectively.
Mason, on your left.
You had kind of already answered it, but when you talked on Monday about how we don't really know what to expect after a bye week, after seeing the team practice a couple times, do you feel like the response after the bye week is what you were looking for?
Yeah, it's been very good. The response with the players has been very good. We practiced well, all 3 days this week. So we'll see how we play, but we seem to be preparing the right way.
We'll finish up with Nick and then Tony, or Tony and then Nick. I don't care.
J.C. Latham, you talked about the offensive line, how strong, they've used the bye week to get better, but specifically for him throughout the season and recently, how have you seen him get better and develop as a tackle?
Who is that?
J.C. Latham.
JC's done a good job for us. I think consistency in performance for all of us is, what we're sort of striving to improve on. And I think if you would ask any player on the team, that's probably, the thing that we all need to do. And I think that's true in the offensive line. And I think, that's true for JC. But we're really pleased with the way he's sort of developed and played for us this year.
Finish up with Tony.
What have you seen from Ja'Cory Brooks that's allowed him to have this kind of more consistent uptick in performance?
Well, the guy's a real competitor. He plays great for us on special teams. I don't care what you ask him to do, what role he plays on whatever team. He does it fast, he does it hard, he prepares well. And I think, he's attaching himself to the right things. And I think that's sort of showing in his production and his performance and the consistency that he's played with.
All right.
Thank you, guys.